it will certainly in one form or another make Musk richer. I think move him towards the trillionaire category, but I don't know if he's going to reach that maximum stock award, because I think the company itself has some serious problems also that are being overlooked.
There's some very good news on that front for Elon Musk last night, because he will be able to afford that foreign holiday. He will not be worried about him putting his heating on.
Then finally, on the 2025 CEO Performance Award to our founder and CEO, Elon Musk, with over 75% voting in favor, approved.
Yeah. That was the sound of Tesla shareholders approving and applauding a record-breaking pay deal that could see Elon Musk become the world's first trillionaire. I hope my bosses at Times Radio are listening, because I could do with a wee pay rise right now. I hope you're listening now. If Musk is able to hit some very strict targets by 2035, he will be rewarded with a payout and take 25% in the company. This was his reaction last night in Texas.
Thanks, guys. I super appreciate it. I'd like to thank the Tesla board for their immense support. And what we're about to embark upon is not merely a new chapter of the future of Tesla, but a whole new book.
Oh. Well, joining me now is Jacob Silverman, author of Gilded Rage, Elon Musk and the Radicalization of Silicon Valley. Jacob, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
So what's the general reaction to all of this?
I think there's a little bit of incredulity. I mean, there's certainly absurd is a word I've heard used a lot, including from people like Senator Bernie Sanders. There's a necessary caveat, as you mentioned, that there are a lot of strict milestones or achievements that they have to reach, some of which are very unlikely, I would say. I don't think that Musk is going to reach these incredible sales targets, but I think it shows just how much control he has over Tesla, and that this board is really at his beck and call.
It really is. And look, how tough are these targets?
I believe by the end, he would have to make the company worth about $8.5 trillion, which certainly for today would make it the most valuable company in the world by a huge milestone. Pardon my cat in the frame. And he would end up being richer than all but the GDP of a handful of countries. I don't think that this is something what he will reach, but again, he can still make a lot of money along the way, because there are tranches of awards that would be unlocked at various stages along the way. So it will certainly in one form or another make Musk richer. I think move him towards the trillionaire category, but I don't know if he's going to reach that maximum stock award, because I think the company itself has some serious problems also that are being overlooked.
And just, you're quite a student of Elon Musk. Where do you think he is in terms of striking this balance between his business interests and his clear political agenda as well? He's obviously moved a bit further away from Donald Trump. They had a slight sort of falling out. He's not in the sort of White House anymore. But clearly from social media, it looks like he's still got some very strong political views about the world. What do you see him doing politically?
Well, this is a bit of an effort by the Tesla board to say, please come back, pay more attention to your core concerns. There's even been some statements to this effect, and perhaps don't do so much in politics. But even recently, you may have seen that he spoke at a Tommy Robinson rally in January, in September. Yeah. He's still been very active on social media in, of course, US politics, but talking about the UK and other countries. And this is continuing to affect the Tesla business in those other countries. Sales are down 50% year over year in Germany, where he also lost EV subsidies. So I think it's an expression of the company wanting him to focus on Tesla, but it's also a reflection of the fact that may be difficult for him, that he's still very much compelled to speak out politically or even interfere in other countries' politics.
Yeah, he clearly has a very, very strong views and this huge platform as well. Well, look, Jacob, always good to speak with you. Thank you very much for your time. That's Jacob Silverman, the author of Gilded Rage. And Paul messages in saying, read Musk payday. Why would anyone buy a Tesla knowing that a large percentage is going to go directly to him? I don't mean to sound all, Barney Sanders like feel the burn, and I'm not a completely sort of anti-wealth person at all. I'd quite like some wealth myself at some point in my life, so I'm not. But what would you do with $1 trillion? I mean, it's just kind of slightly mind-boggling, isn't it?
Well, goodness me, what's he going to do with $1 trillion? I mean, it's just absurd. I mean, the man is himself an absurdity. Okay, he's a successful businessman.
At last, you've eaten your third shredded wheat.
He's an absurdity. Taking a chainsaw to government in Washington, that was a bad 2 months for, all kinds of chaos resulted. And you could say, even some serious safety mishaps because of sacking air controllers and all kinds of things he did. But, what is all this about? I mean, surely it's not just one man's performance that has alone raised the sales of Tesla and made his space ventures, possibly profitable. I think this is ridiculous.
Excellent. This is the Michael we know and love. I'll tell you what I found interesting about this Tangham. I like playing the clip of the cheering because for me it kind of sums up the difference between British and American capitalism. An announcement that somebody is due to make $1 trillion is greeted as a celebratory event in America. Imagine how the British press would treat it if a British business person made that announcement.
Well, we've just had a little taste of that from Michael. I mean, I think there are so many things wrong with this story. One of them is, of course, that not all the shareholders did want this, and they announced a 75% win for that decision, but that meant there were 25% who obviously aren't happy about it. And I think that the trouble with Elon Musk is that his branding is, I think, unfortunate is a good way of putting it. I think once you have sacked air traffic controllers without realising what you're doing, I wouldn't want to put him in control of a paper aeroplane. He held his company to ransom. He's done that before. And the way he behaved over the purchase of Twitter, as I still call it, I'm afraid, because I'm very old, it was, again, breathtaking, and Twitter hasn't achieved a profit. With Tesla, as I understand it from my assiduous reading of the Times newspaper, other newspapers I'm sure are available, but I wouldn't mention them on this show, he has been holding them under blackmail. He's been saying, if you don't give me this pay rise, I'm off. I find that a really appalling example to set to the world. And the fact that people are cheering it is extraordinary. They are presumably, some of them, shareholders whose money it will be.
Yes, but the Americans love people getting rich.
I know.
The last British
How
person
rich?
to love the rich was Peter Mandelson.
Yes.
But I don't even know what you could do with $1 trillion. I defy a lot of people to put the correct number of noughts on it. I'm not even sure I can. It's a ridiculous amount of money, and there's no sign either that he's going to do a Bill Gates and set up a foundation and cure world hunger or anything. It looks like he's going to trouser the lot. And what to do? What will he do with it?
He's going to send people to Mars. I mean, that's one of the things he wants to do. He's going to fund all kinds of space ventures. I mean, he could put himself as the first volunteer to go to Mars. That would be a very...
It is an odd thing, isn't it, that Elon Musk is such an extraordinarily visionary and talented businessman and an absolute when it comes to politics.